So, hello everyone. This is Duni from Juru Academy. I'm just walking through the the technical bits here. So, how are you all doing? I just figured it's been a while, and I felt it was necessary for me to come on live here and just discuss a few things with you. Now, today I'm going to talk about something that many people have asked about and they worry about as well. And that is how to achieve more by changing your focus. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got some slides I'm going to go through with you. Okay, and I'm going to share those slides with you in a minute. Awesome. So how have you all been? Okay, and then we'll start with the slide. Awesome. So today we're going to talk about learning to achieve more by changing your focus. And that is very important because it's something that we meet on a very regular basis. We're faced with situations, we're faced with challenges, we worry that we're not achieving much. But unfortunately, we get to experience pain because of where we focus. And that is what happens and prevents us from achieving more. So for us to achieve more, we have to change our focus. We have to focus on more empowering things and not the things that break us down. Okay, are you with me on that? So for the next few minutes, we'll just be going through this. And if you do have questions, please pop it in the chat and I'll address them at the end. Okay, super. Right. So first of all is a food for thought. There is a saying by Tony Robbins. It says, where focus goes, energy flows. If you're feeling happy and excited and energized and you look at something that makes you feel unhappy, if you focus on that thing, all that energy is just going to go away. But when you have something that, oh, well, I think I can do this, or there is something I want to achieve, the energy you have flows into that thing you have to achieve or you feel that you want to achieve. So it's just something we need to have at the back of our minds while we're going through this brief webinar. Now, when you have this situation where you are faced with a situation, maybe you've lost someone, you've lost something, you have gone through, you've heard some bad news and you're not sure what to do. There are 5 things you can do that will instantly change your focus. And by changing your focus, your energy would flow to help you achieve more. Okay? So, step number 1, strike a pose. Now, that's the pose. This is called a power pose. Now, I'm sure we all grew up and maybe watched or heard and saw pictures of superheroes. This is a picture of Wonder Woman. So here I am, standing. Remember, you stand tall. You lift your head. You look straight ahead. Your shoulders are back. And if you want to, you can put your hands on your hips, just like a superhero. That has been found to help elevate your posture. It also helps to adjust the physiology within you, the kind of things that are happening within you to make you able to appreciate a situation better. It has been found to improve your focus. Okay? Right. The next step is to change your facial expression. Now, when you are sad, how do you normally look? When you're upset, when you're confused, when you're afraid, you're like that. And your face goes sunken. Or you have maybe one of the expressions of being tearful. So if you're crying, you're not crying, hey, no, you cry, oh, you have the usual expression that goes that way. Now, your face has got quite a few muscles. And it has been found that the amount of muscles that you use to frown is far less, or rather, it's far more than the one you use to smile. Now, when you smile, it's a very important position to take, because when you smile, your brain starts to think, what's going on here? And it also helps you shift your focus. Okay, so that's something you can do. So you strike your power pose and you put a smile on your face. Okay, step number 3, change your breathing. Have you noticed when you are worried about something, you're angry, you're anxious, and you don't know what's going to happen? What happens to your breathing? It's usually fast. It's usually shallow, especially if you're worried. Things like, you don't want to do that. You want a deep breath. You know why? Because when you breathe in, the lungs are filled up. Now, if you breathe shallow breaths, the amount of lung that is filled up with the oxygen you're breathing in, if this is the capacity of the lungs, and you breathe in very shallow, you're probably just feeling this portion, while the remaining is not filled up properly, all like a dead space. Just imagine you have a balloon that is deflated. You go, it's not going to fill up properly. But when you take a deep breath, you fill it up. There's more oxygen made available that can be transferred to all the organs in your body, including your brain, because it's your brain that you would need to do the thinking process to sort the problem out or sort that situation or make a plan to move ahead. So change your breathing. So yes, you've struck a pose, you've put a smile on your face. You get more oxygen in. Change your breathing. Deep and full breaths are key. The next thing is change where you look. Now, when you're upset, when you're sad, when you are overwhelmed, you tend to look down. You tend to feel, oh gosh, why is this happening to me kind of thing. You put your face all the way down. But when you want to improve your focus, you look up. Because that's when you look up there, you can see possibilities, you can see solutions. You might see someone who might be able to help you at that time. Or while you look up, you might think of some solution to the situation at hand. So look up. Apart from the fact that it also helps your power pose, it also helps you in terms of finding a way out. Okay? Now, the final step I'm going to discuss here is very important, and that is changing your words. Now, many times we hear things about things that happen to us, and maybe in that moment you go, this is going on at the moment, why me? Why is this happening now? Why? Now, it is a good thing to know why things happen, really. But if you're focused on why, rather than how can I make this situation, the way you perceive it will be a lot different. So you've lost some money, or you've just been laid off your job. Why was I laid out? Why was I laid off? Why was I let go? Compare that to, how can I use this letting go? How can I use this situation? When you say how, you get better answers. When you say why, you get answers that will limit you. Also, when you say, I have to do something, I just have to, it puts a lot of pressure on you. When you achieve it, it's good. When you don't achieve it, or you're striving to achieve it, you feel disappointed, you feel overwhelmed. But when you say, I get to, instead of I have to go to school, I get to go to school, it opens a different framework, a framework of gratitude that I have this opportunity to do this. I get to do it. Wow, that's amazing. So those are certain words that you can kind of change in your vocabulary. And also, those are some of the words that we speak within ourselves, self-talk, as well as the ones we say to people. So thinking about all that helps you to change your focus from anything that disables you, anything that limits you, anything that hinders you, to anything that empowers you and makes you feel stronger. Okay?